Welcome to the Carriker Chronicles, the People Show. Check the Pulse of Nebraska Nation, brought to you by Nebraska Spine Hospital. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to talk about probably the most talked about position, not just of the spring, but of the entire offseason, and that is the running back position. Now, if you look at the roster, there's 15 running backs listed on this Husker football team. That's a 3 deep on the offensive line, okay? And there were 9 running backs who had carries in the spring game last Saturday for the Huskers. That means you could run a 3 wide receiver offense and have a 3 deep on that 3 wide receiver offense. I'm not sure how these guys get enough reps, but you want depth, you want numbers, you got that, that's for sure. Now, 3 of the most talked about names. Again, not just throughout the spring, and some of these names picked up steam throughout the spring, but throughout the entire offseason. Okay, you got Jacquez Yant and Gabe Ervin. Their names definitely picked up steam, especially after the spring game on Saturday. Also, Marquis Stepp, who obviously did not play last Saturday, they're the transfer from USC, who has the most experience of any running back in that Nebraska running back room. Now, here are the 5 guys who stood out to me the most. Okay, and it was kind of hard because a lot of guys got carries, but these are the 5 that stood out to me the most. All right, the leading rusher from the game. This is no particular order, by the way. All right, the leading rusher from the game, so I'm going to start off with 5'9", 210-pound freshman Marvin Scott. He had 75 yards on 11 carries. Okay, he also had a nice 39-yard breakaway run during the game as well. Next up, true freshman, 6'1", 190 pounds, Gabe Ervin. All right, now he graduated high school early, so he could be here, do spring ball, winter conditioning. I think that's definitely going to pay off for him. He had 57 yards on 12 carries, and he's definitely caught a lot of people's attention, as I mentioned earlier. Now, the individual who had the highest average yards per carry, Ronald Tompkins. He averaged 8 yards per carry. Okay. All right, the individual who got the biggest roar from the crowd was freshman Jacquez Yant, the walk-on from Florida. Okay. And if he does get a lot of playing time, he could be one of those inspirational stories, all right, on this Husker football team. He had 9 carries for 63 yards and a really good touchdown run, which the roar ensued afterwards. All right, maybe one of the most versatile backs on the entire Huskers roster, all right, Savion Morris. He had 8 carries for 38 yards and a 12-yard reception. Now, others who received carries throughout the game, you got Cooper Jewett, Isaiah Harris, Zach Weinmaster, okay. And also, there's a lot of guys to keep your eye on here, obviously. But another guy I want to throw out there because he did show flashes last year in games when he played during the season, and that is the speedy, right now injured, Rahmir Johnson. Okay, Marquis Stepp, when he transferred from USC, has by far the most experience. I don't know, maybe he has more carries than everybody else in the running back room combined. I didn't look that up, but that could be factual. So that's 14 versus 1. I don't know. Again, I should look that up. But anyways, he's got the most experience. Before he got hurt and got injured, he was the projected starter at Nebraska. And he may still be, but we'll see what happens. All right, there's a lot of practice, there's a lot of time before the Huskers step foot on the field versus the Fighting Illini in Champaign, Illinois, where the S is silent. All right. So these are kind of the 3 that are being the most talked about and stick out to me the most at the moment. Again, Marquis Stepp, we haven't seen a ton from him, but just from what you saw at USC, he's got talent and ability, okay? Gabe Ervin showed very well. A lot of people are thinking, man, maybe he could be the guy going forward. Okay, Jacquez Yant. I've talked about him before. He looks like a defensive lineman, or has the speed of a running back, which is a good thing because he's a running back. He's my pick. If I had to pick somebody now, which is kind of crazy to do, but I'll put myself on the spot. If I had to pick someone to start right now, it'd be him. I know they like him inside that building. Okay, I know that they do for a fact. He's a big, physical, bruising runner with an attitude, which I like, and speed. Okay, good speed for his size as well. Now, here's the thing that's going to decide. Okay, because all these guys are talented. There's a lot of them, a lot of athletic ability, a lot of talent. You got size, you got speed, you got versatility. So, Adam, how do you differentiate? And maybe this will be running back by committee. Maybe they get 2 or 3 or 4 guys. I don't know. But how do you decide who's going to start? Like, who's going to take the first rep of the first game versus Illinois where the S is silent? Here's what I know about coaches. They like players they can trust. Who can they trust in pass protection not to get the quarterback killed? Okay, if the ball's thrown to him, who's likely to catch that ball? Not just run the ball, can you catch the ball? Because some running backs struggle catching the ball. Who knows the whole playbook? Who do they have to constantly sub in and out because this play but not this play, half the plays, not the plays, we're trying to go fast-paced? Like, who knows the playbook? Who will stick their nose in a linebacker's grill on pass protection? And who can go out on a route and catch the ball? Like, who can be a player that the coaches trust? It's almost that Omar Manning example. Nobody doubts his size and athletic ability. Again, when I chatted with him, man, he's looking me eye to eye. The only reason he really didn't play last year, I know he got banged up, but he was struggling learning the playbook. He's clearly going to be someone that they're going to rely on more this year because he understands the playbook better. Some of these running backs have a little bit more expectations on them. Okay, not a lot, but some have more experience. They're all talented. It's going to come down to who can the coaches trust. Coaches like a big play, but what they hate is a big play against you. I know that for a fact. I've seen it in the past. Who can they trust? Until next time, Husker Nation, run the damn ball. Go big, Red Nose. Remember, throw the buds. Thanks again to our sponsor, Nebraska Spine Hospital. Ladies and gentlemen, when it's your spine, you do not want to mess around, and experience matters. That's why you can trust the experts at Nebraska Spine Hospital, the region's only spine-specific hospital. They are the best at what they do.